I'm about to improve your entire appearance and, more importantly, make sure your hair doesn't get extremely damaged. So listen, grab a pen and a piece of paper because you're going to want to take notes. Because these are 10 common mistakes most men make when they style their hair. And mistake number 1 is you're simply just using too much of your product. So don't get me wrong, I use hair products all the time, like this pomade and this cream. But using an excessive amount of this can actually make your hair feel very heavy. And especially if you're wanting a more natural, kind of flowy, wavy look on your hair, using an excessive amount of these products will not help you out when you're trying to achieve this look. So what you should do instead is just use a small amount. So for example, I use sea salt spray a ton, and honestly, I only use like 4 to 6 sprays. You don't need that much. But overdoing this will weigh your hair down and just make it look greasy. And what you also need to do, which actually takes me to tip number 2, is you need to know your specific hair type. And the reason for that is that different hair types require different products. So for example, I have long, thicker hair, so I might need to use a lot more product than someone with short hair. So you need to find your hair's natural texture, curl pattern, the porosity, and the scalp condition. And if you have no idea what any of that stuff even means, don't worry, I created a whole entire video just on that. So I will leave that down in the description for you to check out right after you're done watching this video. Now onto mistake number 3, and you're probably using either the wrong brush or comb. So the first kind of brush we have is called a paddle brush. And I personally use this because I have longer kind of curly hair, and this will actually help smoothen it out. And especially it'll help detangle my hair. Now a round brush is usually for people with medium to long hair, and this will really help add volume and create waves. Now moving on to combs, we have the wide tooth comb, and I also use this as well, especially to detangle my ends. And this is mainly used for more curly or thicker kind of hair. Then you have a fine tooth comb, which is usually for people with more straight and fine hair. So I usually do not use this at all. So the first step is to first find out what kind of comb you should use for you and your hair type. And for example, whenever I get out of the shower, my ends get very tangly, kind of like they are now. So what I do is I will take this wide tooth comb and gently detangle the ends of my hair. But like I said, if you have shorter, more thin hair, this wide tooth comb probably won't do anything for you, and you'll probably have to go to the more fine tooth comb. And again, gently use this after the shower. Mistake number 4 is that you're not getting regular haircuts or regular trim ups. And I know, I should probably take my own advice on this one. But hey, I'm growing my hair out, okay? I kind of have a little bit of an excuse, but no, it's still good to go out and get trims every once in a while. But choosing not to go out and get it trimmed will actually result in split ends, which just ultimately makes your hair look very uncared for and not its best. Mistake number 5 is you're washing your hair way too much, or actually, maybe not enough. When you wash your hair too much, you're stripping it of its natural oils. And when you do this, your hair becomes more prone to breakage. On the flip side, not washing your hair enough could lead to oil buildup, which will make your hair feel very greasy, flat, lifeless, and you could get some scalp issues like dandruff. So then how often should you start shampooing? Well, again, it all depends on you and your specific hair type. If you have more oily hair, you'll obviously have to shampoo it a lot more than someone with dry hair. And I'd also recommend to use a very mild shampoo. You still want it to cleanse your hair and scalp, but you don't want it to strip way too much oils from your hair. Mistake number 6, you're completely skipping out on heat protection. When you use something like a blow dryer, you need to be applying some sort of heat protectant before you blow dry. If not, your hair will just end up looking dry, brittle, and frizzy. So the next time you use a hair dryer or any sort of hairstyling tool, you need to apply either of these 2 things. This one is just simply a heat protectant. This one's from Pete and Pedro, but you can find these really anywhere. And same with this. This is called an argan oil, which will also protect your hair from heat. And like we talked about a little bit ago, just use a little bit of these. Just a little bit goes a long way. Mistake number 7 is that you rush through your routine. When you're in a rush when styling your hair and you only have like 20 seconds, you'll probably just find whatever you see, like, oh hey, sea salt spray, do like 50 sprays. Then you see a cream, you just grab like a full scoop of cream, just put it in your hair. And when you do that, that is called uneven application. So one part of your hair might have way more product in it than the other side of your hair. So instead, you need to take your time when styling your hair. Even if that means you have to get up 5 or 10 minutes earlier, it'll be worth it and your hair will look so much better. Mistake number 8 is having the wrong hairstyle for your face shape. So for example, I have a pretty square face shape, and this longer kind of beachy wavy look really helps balance out my sharp angles, and vice versa. So if you have a very round shaped face, you are not going to want this type of hairstyle because this will soften your face even more. So how do you find the right hairstyle for your face shape? Well, again, I made a whole entire video on it, so I will leave that in the description as well. Mistake number 9 is that you're not changing your hair as the seasons change. So for example, right now it's winter time. And that means that the cold temperatures and the dry air can have your hair looking extra frizzy. So you need to make sure that the shampoos and conditioners that you're using are extra moisturizing. And if you do already have an extra moisturizing shampoo and conditioner, look for a leave-in conditioner. This will help you with that frizzy dry hair look. And I personally applied this right before going to bed, and I've noticed a huge difference. Now on to tip number 10, you're just not taking care of your scalp. So when you're using all these styling products on your hair, you want to make sure you're washing them out. Because if not, you can develop something called product buildup, which will cause your scalp to get extremely itchy. And when you go in and start scratching your hair all the time, this can lead to hair breakage and hair damage. So you want to make sure that you are completely rinsing out all the product that is in your hair when you decide to hop in the shower and wash your hair. So there you guys have it. Those are the 10 most common mistakes you guys are probably making when styling your hair. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.